What I have found is, so I have a 24 and a 25. My 24 has a big 80 amp hour battery. It feels more planted on the trail. I love racing that through the woods, but I really like the lightness of my 25 with just the 55 or 60 amp hour battery, whichever one happens to be in it at the time. It's nice to lose that 10 or 15 pounds and just be more nimble when you're picking the bike up or whatever it is. So that's something that I have noticed too, that I prefer. I'm going to go back to having two batteries probably versus just having one big 80 amp hour battery. Is that something that you mentioned that? Is it
Oh
something
yeah,
you guys have seen
Caleb
too?
wouldn't ride it. He hated it because before we got serious suspension, it would just change the dynamics, the ride height of the bike, and the bottoming resistance, of course, because we change batteries every lap. Matter of fact, GNCC 2 times per lap. But
Really?
we'll get into that later.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a reason for that. But we run smaller batteries than stock, lighter. So 8 pounds lighter than stock.
Okay. So how many
Because
amp
we
hours are the batteries that you're racing? Like
oh boy, I don't even know. I
40,
think they're
35?
like stock 45, but
Okay,
they're
cool.
lot smaller, and lighter. Uh,
Okay.
well, let's see. Maybe it's a little less amp hour, maybe 38 or something like that. But
Yeah.
we were like all of our FTRs and stuff. We were removing the batteries at about 60% usage.
Oh,
Because
really?
that last 30% is where the heat comes from, and the
Right.
heat is what destroys.
That's interesting. Walk me
Yeah.
through that. I've never heard that before, and obviously that's why
Right,
you're here today, because your knowledge of this on a level that is so much bigger and deeper than what most people
right,
understand. Like,
right.
walk me through that.
Well, that's the part of the whole thing where we trying to get things done, and heat. You're always battling heat. We're in Florida where the sand is deep and it's 100 degrees and it's
Right.
100% humidity. It
Right.
is gnarly conditions. There was something about the GNCC I wanted to say, but yeah, we'll get to that. So we started racing that, and again, having somebody faster. A lot of these stuff, like I don't offer it. I just now started offering the swing arm repair
Yeah.
because most people aren't going to need it.
Right.
The cooling system that you looked at
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's so great and cool. I don't offer it because nobody needs it. Yeah, you could sell it and people can look at what I got, but I don't even overheat the bike. Caleb, less than a lap. It's the fans on and he overheated it. So we'd overheat things like that. So the battery was one thing. It would get really, really hot. So that's why we started swapping every lap. It's really just we could maybe make 2 laps on a stock battery, but it creates too much heat, and we don't want to damage
So
the
why
stuff.
does so much heat come from the lower 30% of the battery?
The cells are working harder. The voltage is going down, the amperage is going up when it's
Got
discharging,
it.
and
Got it.
amperage is what causes the heat.
Okay.
So getting those in, and we've got our pit stop down to 15 seconds. So
Crushing it.
yeah, because we can do it faster than the guys can put gas in their gas bikes.
Right.
Of course, we have to stop every lap, but
Yeah.
we're still in the top 5 overall for the day.
Right. What you'll find is that it's an endurance. It's a marathon, not a sprint when it comes
Definitely.
to the GNCC.
Right.
No Stark can complete it. So like I'm always taking, I took third this time and I took fourth in the time previous. Now there's not a lot of bikes in there, so
Right.
it's not like some
Yeah,
huge accolade.
exactly.
But
Right.
at the same time, like these bikes can't go the distance. So it's really just like you have to stay on the bike on 2 wheels and manage your battery. Now on the last race, my 80 amp hour battery, there was a lot of field sections at Ironman. So that wide open throttle just wrecks your
Oh
battery,
yeah, it kills it, sucks it down.
kills it, sucks it down. And I can imagine in the sand, it's very similar, right?
Yes.
Because you're just
Yeah.
crushing through that, trying to like maintain traction and
You
speed.
got it. And then stick an MX-14 paddle tire on there. Oh my God, it's
Yeah, and
much
you're
worse.
just blowing sand
Yep.
everywhere.
Right.
And it's like it's funny because like the Stark on paper and truly is like a superior machine, right? It is a superior machine. However, like you're not able to you can't, there's no hot swap, right? So you can't like
Right.
change your battery.
That's
So
it.
like
Once you're
you
done, you're done. Yep.
you're done, right? And there was a couple of guys that pulled off on Starks, like they'll pull off in like 220 charge for like 10 minutes to grab a couple more percent and then try to finish. But I didn't finish this last race. I got within like a quarter mile of the finish line and the battery finally died. Like I would turn it off and turn it back on to get like 100 yards, and it just, and then that was it. So it's interesting to see that the dynamic is not so much, it's an endurance race. It's not really a sprint. It's not a moto. It's not a 2 or 3 lap moto where you can just burn it. Do you guys race anything on the track as well, or is it mostly like woods trail style racing? Because that's what Caleb likes to do. I'm pretty sure he does everything, right?
Yeah, it does. And we went to Hill Jam East last year, and that was a lot of fun. He won the cross country section, and the pit bike race he got second or something like that.
Right
And
on.
we went to the Supercross, entered the Supercross, and realized it was a real Supercross track. Like Justin Bogle was there, the
Yeah,
hills
yeah.
riding, and Caleb was like, "I'm going to break this thing," and he would have, So we pulled out of that, realizing that it was a real thing. We didn't have the Cirrus on it at that time. Yeah, oh yeah, and Daytona Supercross. We raced the Daytona Amateur Supercross too.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that go? How'd the bike handle that?
Pretty good. I think you got a
What
third,
forks and shock are you running on that when you're doing that?
the Cirrus.
The
Yeah.
Supercross stuff?
Yeah, MX Heavy is what we use,
Okay.
but I really go back and forth because now it's my bike because he's kicked off of it. Um,
Tired of
we're waiting on
fixing it.
on new bikes. But so I run MX Heavy tune,
Okay.
and then I run the FTRs in the old man class now. And I soften it up quite a bit. So I have springs and I just copy my
So
settings.
do you just swap swings and just put new springs in it for
Springs
that
and
type?
oil level and
Yep.
all that stuff. And then
Yep.
on both front and back. So I know the settings and just swap them and go back and forth. Because we also ride with Tristan Lane's dad. He's my riding buddy.
Right on.
Trace Lane. So Tristan, if people don't know, Tristan Lane is a AMA Supercross rider. And he's a badass motorcycle.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
What is your perception of what electric will become in the motocross/supercross arena in the next 5 years? What do you think?
Right. Well, that's sort of my article that I let you read.
Dude, and by the way, didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
I would like you to go through that today because
for sure.
I'm going to put the link to the article in the show notes as well
good.
as the description of the YouTube. But I want you to kind of talk through that because I will. I had no clue about that.
Right, and most people don't. And let's say that and get to that. So I'll talk.
Okay.
Answer your other question. Well, that was my GNCC thing that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
They didn't know where to put us on the GNCC because it was the first stop I think that the electric was allowed. So they put us on row 13 on Saturday afternoon. Caleb passed 124 riders in the first lap. 124 riders, just picking them off it was just endless sand whoops. Of course, he came back with no rear fender.
Yeah, of course.
So he ran over a couple of people to get there, but he's crazy. And also alluding to what you were saying about it's an endurance race.
Right.
Tell him to slow down. He's so fast, and I know you're fast. Everybody knows you're fast. Just like take it easy. It's a long. He doesn't get tired either. He's in shape and he's a great rider. But on the bike, take it easy.
Yeah.
So we started doing that. Started racing the FTR, which is a great warm up to the GNCC because it is a 2.5 hour race when you get down to it. So swapping batteries all the time. And then we had I don't know if you know Mark Peroni. He does the XE4. It's a Yamaha YZ250 conversion, and it's sweet. The guy is
right on.
Great engineering, and so he's selling this kit to turn a YZ250 or 450 into an electric bike. And they work well. And he's got a AA rider on it. So we were battling all last year, and he helped my engineering as much as I did his, because whoever wouldn't break would win. Because we were pushing it. We were overheating stuff, overheating controllers, overheating batteries, and then breaking, frames. Caleb broke the Ultra V frame a couple times, twisting swing. That's how we learned about the swing arms, that they actually flex too much and it throws chains. And people that are throwing chains.
Everyone's learning that.
You got it. Right.
Yep.
And that's why we offer that welding that you saw. We box in the swing arm. We add material to the inside and box it in, and it ends your problem. You don't even need a chain guide anymore. It just stops it completely. Our race bikes don't use those things.